simply.
Dr. Albert, you may say so, the judge may claim so, but the judge committed what majority of the people describe as a travesty of justice, and I tell you why.
No, don't quote mob opinion.
No,
you are a lawyer.
He's not a mob opinion because there are the facts are there. The judge jumped into the arena. The judge even usurped the office of the executive.
How?
I'll tell you why. Yeah. It does not lie in the purview of the court to decide where a convict will be kept. The very moment you decide, you give it your judgment, you become functus officio. It is the duty of the executive to determine.
Which means that the matter has ended.
Yeah, the matter has ended. It's the duty of the for the judge to
that's
say.
What functus officio
yes, for the judge to say he has to be kept in a certain form of confinement. He's jumping into the arena. He's overreaching his office.
Was it the judge that said he must be taken to Sokoto?
The judge said so, and possibly for them to have taken him to Sokoto, they may be obeying again the order of the court, which of course is an illegal order because he has become functus officio.
No, it is not the duty. Sokoto prison.
It is not the duty
in that judgment.
It is not the duty of.
No, is it stated in the judgment?
No, Dr. Albert, it's not the duty of the judge to say where he will be kept.
No, is it in the judgment?
No, it's not in the judgment.
Have you read it?
No, but he said so in the judgment that
he said it should be taken to Sokoto.
He didn't say Sokoto. He said in a special confinement. He said so. And people were asking, would he be taken to Robben Island in South Africa or Guantanamo Bay in Rhode Island in America, since they wanted him to be completely out of circulation?
Constitutional lawyer and public affairs analyst Fred Nzeako joins me now to offer his thoughts on the imprisonment of Nnamdi Kanu, Donald Trump's threat against Nigerian terrorists, and the chaos. Start with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The view has been expressed by those who know this subject. I was misled by amateur legal advisors who turned a serious legal issue into a circus and who misadvised him and who led him to sack people like Kanu Agabi SAN, Ikpeazu SAN, Paul Erokoro SAN, who are handling the matter. Persons who, from the Court of Appeal in the previous matter, had already provided a template that could have provided a different outcome. And then you have these people, all these social media, Twitter lawyers, misleading him. So, do you agree with that view?
Well,
the situation, what eventually happened in the Court of Justice Omotosho, could it have been avoided if the matter was handled differently?
Well, I do not know why he debriefed those lawyers. I also do not know why he decided to defend himself. But those are now in the realm of history or in the realm of the past. What now bothers many Nigerians was what happened on November 20th, the day he was sentenced, and the day he was convicted and eventually sentenced. And the whole issue surrounding the trial, the whole issue surrounding the conviction and the sentencing, the attitude of the court itself, whether the court followed the law or whether the court followed personal opinion of the jurists, or whether the court, in some people's opinion, acted on a script to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is taken off the streets, in a manner of speaking. Whether Nnamdi Kanu defended himself or not, what to many people is more critical and more important is the attitude of the judge and the justice of the matter. Don't forget that in criminal adjudication, one can only be convicted when there is preponderance of evidence, one. Two, and when the prosecution is able to prove the case beyond all reasonable doubt. We are not saying all iota of doubt, but at least all reasonable doubt. And that justice must not only be done, but to be seen, manifestly be seen as having been done. The generality of the public of Nigeria and even the international community do not believe that justice was done in Nnamdi Kanu's case. Don't forget that the issue of treason is a political decision by the state, because treason is an offense against the state. It has been brought to become an offense against humanity. And that is why there is an international convention against treason. And it was to be able to bring it to the level of, to align Nigeria's act with that of the rest of the world, following the UN Convention, that brought to the repeal of Nigeria's 2011-2012 Terrorism Prevention Act, and reenacted in 2022 with implementation in 2023 of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. Now, the whole issue about Nnamdi Kanu's matter beggars a lot of questions and defeats a lot of logic, because a lot of people, even Nnamdi Kanu himself had continued to say it, even rambunctiously in court, that they should show him the law with which he's being tried. Because by the time many people didn't understand, because all the people who were not privy to the charges and people who were not privy to the goings on in court were at a loss as to why would a man be charged for an offense that is not known to law in a criminal trial? Because a Nigerian statute book says that one cannot be tried for a law of an offense not codified and known to law.
Yeah.
And then
under the principle of fair
hearing,
sections 35 and 36.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like retrogressive action in law when it comes to criminal action. Yeah. We are not a military regime. Now...
No, but Nnamdi Kanu was charged under the old law.
Under the old law?
Terrorism.
He was charged under the 2020...
No, not under 2022. Under the older law of 2011.
2013, yeah. Not 2022, 2013. That was repealed.
The old law.
Oh, the old law that was repealed in 2022.
Yeah, but so, the new law will not take effect. That's why Chief Awomolo SAN is saying that the punishment is death penalty. He was quoting the old law, and that the accused person was charged under the old law. The accused
person was charged under the old law. Don't forget that that charge under the old law got extinguished in October 2022. When
but the law, you yourself just said it, cannot have retroactive effect.
We cannot have retroactive effect.
Those are issues they will resolve at the level of appeal.
No. There is one major issue that is even on the open. Okay. Because in the first instance, don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu had earlier been acquitted by the Federal High Court. The federal government went to Court of Appeal. And every moment an accused is acquitted, discharged and acquitted, he goes home from the court. He can only go back to the prison or to wherever he was detained to collect his personal items. If he doesn't want, he can abandon them there. If he doesn't want, he can go from there to his house. If he doesn't want, because at the end of the day, the federal government refused to release him. So at that point of that discharge and acquittal in October of 2022, the court became functus officio. So you can no longer hold on that old law. But by the time you saw the judgment from the Omotosho's court, it was referring to the 2013 charge. So that became a very, very strong issue against that judgment and against the entire procedure. Okay. There are so many other issues which time may not allow us to explain.
These are issues that can be worked out when the matter goes to the Court of Appeal. Aloy Ejimako has already said they will go on appeal. Yes, and that by Monday, tomorrow, they are going to file.
He has a whole 90 days. We think we to do so.
However,
you can do that
to notice that Justice Omotosho even said, he was tampering justice with mercy. He was not applying the full teeth of the law. However, what do you think is the way forward? And don't you think that the matter was even complicated by the conduct of the accused person who discharged his own counsel? I mentioned the very senior lawyers who know the territory. Now, in this same case, what's his name now? Ozekome, SAN, was involved. Kanu Agabi, SAN. Paul Erokoro, SAN. Ikpeazu, SAN. These are people who know the law, the in and out of it, who could have provided a different kind of pathway and who could have handled the matter. But we had the accused person abusing the presiding judge, and you said, the presiding judge is the problem. What do you expect his lordship to have done in a situation whereby the accused person took over the proceedings of the court and questioned his integrity, questioned his... So what the judge did eventually in the 144-page judgment that I have seen is that he just applied the law. Simply.
Dr. Albert, you may say so, the judge may claim so, but the judge committed what majority of the people describe as a travesty of justice, and I tell you why.
No, don't quote mob opinion.
No,
you are a lawyer.
He's not a mob opinion because there are the facts are there. The judge jumped into the arena. The judge even usurped the office of the executive.
How?
I'll tell you why. It does not lie in the purview of the court to decide where a convict will be kept. The very moment you decide, you give it your judgment, you become functus officio. It is the duty of the executive to determine.
Which means that the matter has ended.
Yeah, the matter has ended. It's the duty of the for the judge to say.
What functus officio
yes, for the judge to say he has to be kept in a certain form of confinement. He's jumping into the arena. He's overreaching his office.
Was it the judge that said he must be taken to Sokoto?
The judge said so, and possibly for them to have taken him to Sokoto, they may be obeying again the order of the court, which of course is an illegal order because he has become functus officio.
No, it is not the duty. Sokoto prison.
It is not the duty
in that judgment.
It is not the duty of.
No, is it stated in the judgment?
No, Dr. Abati, it's not the duty of the judge to say where he will be kept.
No, is it in the judgment?
No, it's not in the judgment.
Have you read it?
No, but he said so in the judgment that
he said it should be taken to Sokoto.
He didn't say Sokoto. He said in a special confinement. He said so. And people were asking, would he be taken to Robben Island in South Africa or Guantanamo Bay in Rhode Island in America, since they wanted him to be completely out of circulation? The judge, in his wisdom, may be thinking that keeping him in an environment where people can have access to him, that people will be coming to visit him, and of course people will be going to visit him. And now the government are now throwing him to Sokoto. What is the basis for throwing him to Sokoto? That is one. But leave that for the executive to answer. But you can query the judge for making such statement because it does not lie in his purview. Again, the injustice done against Nnamdi Kanu
was that part of the ratio or part of? It was part of
the angst you mentioned that he insulted the judge.
No, I didn't say.
No, he said that he insulted the judge in the open court, the presiding judge, and I now ask if anybody misconducts himself in the court, is it not contempt?
No, but
contempt in the face of the court.
But that judgment.
So it cannot come in any way close to issue of terrorism. If the judge felt he was insulted,
whatever the judge may have said, obita.
The same way
immaterial.
is good. The same way President Muhammadu Buhari now converted ordinary law of thought to a criminal offense. Now the Kanu insulted Buhari. Yes, it's open. He called him all sorts of names. He has the reasons for calling him also names. We criticize such calling of names because he was our president. But we have a law that says, if I insult you, Dr. Abati, you take me to court. It's a civil offense. It can't be a crime that he insulted the president, and now the president now turned it to become terrorism. Now, another issue that very important, another issue that still keeps hanging on is, if you look at all the counts, the 7 counts, a lot of them will be talking about his broadcasts. Almost about 5 of the charges talk about his broadcasts. And that is why his lawyer said, how has mere puffy, word of mouth, amount to terrorism? You know that when you are talking about criminal issues, you are talking about the actus reus and the mens rea, the reasons and the action. If
the mind to commit,
and then the act itself, committal of that act. Where is the committal of the act, and where is the mind to commit the act? What he did was he insulted the authorities because he possibly felt that he was not getting what he expected from the system. So these are all the issues that will come on appeal at the end of the day.
Don't let us reopen the case. All these elementary things about criminal law, let's put them aside.
Yes.
The matter has already been determined now at this stage. What is the way forward? What do you recommend?
No, but first,
as counsel?
No, it's very simple.
Were you part of?
No, I was not part of the legal team.
So, but what do you recommend?
No, it's very simple. They will go on appeal.
Yeah.
And they have to go on appeal timeously because our law
by
says,
Monday.
Our law says he has 90 days to appeal. But the legal team is up to the task, and they said they are not going to waste any time. But another thing that is important is that now that the written judgment is out, they get certified copy of the judgment and they begin to prepare sift through it, bring out all the grounds of appeal, and then go ahead and file the appeal. And that's all. That is the only way forward. And the next way forward is to appeal to Ndi Igbo to take it easy, that this injustice cannot stand. So there's no need trying to get agitated. There's no need trying to resort to self-help. There's no need trying to injure ourselves or injure the people, all in the name of getting angry. Because the law, yes, is an ass, but the same law will be utilized to right the wrongs that have been done against Nnamdi Kanu. I say this advisedly and without any fear of equivocation, that the federal government of Nigeria has not handled Nnamdi Kanu's matter in a judicial.
So what do you advise
with
the
justice.
Nigerian government?
The Nigerian government, if I am to advise the government, this time around, the buck now stops on the table of the CNC. CC has now, when he pardoned some criminals and Nigerians raised their voices and people said, oh, why are you not pardoning Nnamdi Kanu? The handlers of the federal of the president said the matter is still in court. Today the court has discharged the matter. Now the executive can now take over and apply the prerogative of mercy. It is completely at the discretion of Mr. President. And if I'm to advise him, I'll ask him to do so and calm frayed nerves so that we'll begin to limit the challenges of insecurity we have in Nigeria. It is mounting all around the country. Let us not add to the problems. It's like pouring fuel into a raging fire.
Okay. Let's see whether the law is truly an ass, as I think it was Charles Dickens who wrote about the law being an ass in the mouth of Mr. Bumblebee, in one of his writings.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about another subject, PDP.
Good.
What do you think is the reality for the People's Democratic?
No, the reality for PDP is they need to go back. They need to go back, talk to themselves, look themselves in the mirror, and talk to themselves honestly. If they really love Nigeria, if they really want to present a formidable opposition, if they really want to when we talk about formidable opposition, it is not just for the sake of saying it, because the beauty of opposition is alternative viewpoint. That is the beauty of opposition. Alternative viewpoint, constructively, passionately and patriotically presented. And any listening, sensitive government will give it a thought and a consideration. They should go back, talk to themselves, and begin to pepper up their cracks. Yes, those cracks were like cracks created with the sledgehammer of the ruling party. But there's an adage, I think it's a Yoruba adage that says the river can only carry the person who steps close to the shores.
Say it in Yoruba.
No, I don't know. I can't say it, but I know the English translation.
Because this English translation is not very clear to me.
The river can only carry,
Speak Yoruba.
can only sweep off he who has come to the shores. So the people of PDP came to the shores of the river, and then they are now struggling with the drowning process that they have found themselves. So I think they need to go back and then swallow their ego, tone down their self-greed, because it's self-greed that has allowed some of them to be lured by the ruling party into causing problem in-house. If a man does not have self-greed, you cannot use him to cause problem in his own house. But when a man falls for self-greed, it makes him very easy and very susceptible for manipulation by an adverse party.
Yeah, okay. That was what I wanted to hear. That the PDP people, they blame the APC. They say this is about an attempt to turn Nigeria into an APC state, a one-party state.
But if they stood their ground, the APC would have failed.
Really?
It's as simple as that. If they stood their ground, if they did not, if they closed their eyes like the Lady Justicia and did not see the movement of Ghana must go back, the APC will fail.
All right, guys, this man is a constitutional lawyer explaining that Justice James Omotosho, because even with his voice, it just be like waiting. They'd already decided last night that this is what we are going to do to Nnamdi Kanu, and eventually he did it. So those our Igbo leaders, someone like please pardon me, Oji Uzo Carlo, Senator Oji Uzo Carlo, I believe you will see this video, because it's a shame that we eventually came to a national television to say that Justice James Omotosho did the right thing, that nobody should say Justice James Omotosho did this or how he actually managed the case. It's not right. It's a very big shame. You understand? That was even the reason why Nnamdi Kanu behaved the way he behaved, because he knew that there is nothing will change anything. As far as he's in that court, he will never get favor from Justice James Omotosho. And I said this thing, Say since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that court, anybody when think say Nigerian court go favor and this time around, wake up. You understand? Because it cannot happen. So that last minute, you just have to use it to display, to let the world know, say, see these people, this is who they are. So guys, we've all heard it. Now I'm dropping it here. Please, let's hear from you. The man have explained the issues with Omotosho's judgment that saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto prison. You understand? In Sokoto prison, not even in Abuja. Sokoto, very, 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 very far away, in the cold north. You understand? Sokoto, meaning that they don't even want him to file his appeal. Honestly speaking, it's really sad. I'm dropping it here. Please drop your comment below the comment section. Share this video, make it go viral so that the world will know how this matter be. Thank you and bye for now.